Hello folks, a different video from me today because I just came so close to losing absolutely everything YouTube channel wise, and it scared me to death. I can't believe how close I came. Oh my god, I can't believe it. So I'm just putting this video out because I love to tell you guys what's going on with the channel and things, but this is for anybody who's a content creator or anybody who's looking to make some money online by doing sponsorships. You've really got to keep your radar open because I just got scammed by something that was so advanced to me that I've never seen anything like it, and it's only because a last minute reading of someone's tweet on Twitter who was going through the same thing that I stopped it. So what happened was on Friday, I got contacted by somebody who was claiming to be a marketing by somebody who worked in the marketing department for SteelSeries. Now, I've done some promotional work for SteelSeries in the past via Control Freak. Not much, just did a little bit. So I kind of thought, oh, okay, what's this then? Cool. So I had a little look, and when you have a little look at their profile, I'm going to show you, I've screen grabbed the messages so you can have a little look at them, and I'll show you how convincing this is, okay? So the account that messaged me, now I don't know if it's actually a real employee's account that's been hacked, so I'm not showing the name here on the video just in case, but what I'll do is, you can see here though, it's it looks legit apart from the blurring obviously, so I'm just going to read out exactly our exchanges via direct messaging on Twitter. And then they said, "Hi Time Sausages, I hope you're doing well. We think SteelSeries gear will be great fit for your audience. We're looking to partner with creators like you for a paid collaboration and would love to work together. Let me know if you're interested." So I thought, oh, okay, sounds reasonably legit. So I replied, and then I said, "Lovely to hear from you. I would be interested in a collaboration with SteelSeries very much. It'd be great to hear what you have in mind. I'm UK based, just to let you know." And then it wasn't so long ago, you can see that was 10:40, 12:15 then in the afternoon yesterday. "Glad to hear that. We love our UK creators. We're looking for a promising partnership to promote our brand, and we believe you're one of them. We'd love to kick off a collaboration with you by starting a simple 20-second video highlighting our product, the newly released Arctis Game Buds, which indeed are just newly released. If you're interested, we'll need to complete 4 simple steps: review and sign the NDA, have a personal call via Zoom or Discord to discuss the details of the main advertising contract, draft and sign the advertising contract, and proceed with shipping your newest gear to an address that's convenient for you. Let me know if you wish to proceed." Now, my thought process here was, I turn down so much stuff. I'm so ultra cautious all the time. The Control Freak one, I could trace and figure that out, and then they sent me some thumbsticks, and I did some thumbstick stuff with them, and then they sent me the Final Shape headsets and all that, which was great, you know, and I just thought it was like a follow-on from that, or that's how they got my information. So I was reasonably sure that they were legit. So I said, "Thanks for getting back to me. Yes, that sounds good. I had a collaboration with Control Freak earlier this year with Destiny 2 The Final Shape came out. I involved promoting the Arctis Nova 5 headphones. I think the SteelSeries products are excellent, and I'm still relatively new to partnering with the company because I like to be upfront. I don't want them to think I'm like this. Hey, you know, I'm generally honest. And I'm pretty careful about who I pick. Ugh. So any advice you can give us as we go would be appreciated. Let me know what happens next." And they said, "Of course, we'll support you every step of the way. Isn't she great? Control Freak is one of our favourite subsidiaries. It's great that you already have experience working with us. If you're ready to move forward, I'll be happy to start preparing the NDA and get back to you." And I was telling my family, he said, "Looks like I'm going to get a deal with SteelSeries. We might actually get some paid promotion for the videos, and we will review some of the products." And then she sent, you can see there, it's "Please use the following code," and that ridiculous code you could put into, "review it carefully and sign in if you agree to the terms. Let me know once you're finished." And it's a Zoohoo sign, like a DocuSign kind of thing. If you're new to this kind of thing, you don't know, that's how documents are always signed these days, a DocuSign, because they send you things from across the world, and you can't sign and send things back, so it's all done electronically. And I've done it before with other companies as well, you know, for promoting games and stuff, so it's something that I was kind of aware of. But the company Zoohoo.uk.com was not one I was familiar with. But anyway, that came through last night, and it was, what time did that come through last night? 8:33 Saturday night. And I know people work on a Saturday, so yeah, I was thinking, well, you know, this seems fine. But I didn't read it. I didn't open it up until about 11:30. And I'd had a few sherbets by then, with it being Saturday night and a run up to Christmas. And I was looking at it blearily on my phone, and I went, I'll leave that till tomorrow, because I can't see it. So I turned it off. So cut to the following morning, and I thought, right, I better go and sign this DocuSign thing then, and get this going, you know, be brave and all that. So, however, I was looking at X in the morning, and a couple of days previously, I'd been reading some tweets, I don't know what the hell you call them anymore, about somebody who's had lost their YouTube channel because it had been hacked. And I always look at those because I'm always terrified what's going to happen. And I was reading on because he said he'd had his account reinstated. It's for a YouTube channel called Shyway, which is a Halo channel. Excellent, 60,000 subscribers. Bloody marvellous. Keep fighting the good fight. Anyway, so I saw a particular reply on that thread there, and it really stopped me in my tracks. Somebody asked him a question, you know, kind of what happened. And he says, I'm going to make a video, but yeah, they sent a link and a code to access an NDA in a fake DocuSite. I entered the code and it showed the NDA, but it was blurred out and it said I needed to subscribe to access or view in offline mode. Clicked that and it downloaded a false docu app on my PC. When you went to open the app, you got hacked. And that was it. And he'd lost his YouTube account then. But luckily he's got it back now. But there's 4 or 5 days there, which must have been utterly terrifying and devastating, because you work your ass off on this stuff. You know, sometimes, a lot of the time, 90% of the time, you don't get the kind of payback that you want. So these sponsorships are a really good thing. So I checked the actual Twitter account, and she had 38,000 followers, which is amazing. But she was only following 160 or something like that. So I thought, well, that's a bit odd. But you know, you just kind of think, well, automatically people will follow them because she's from SteelSeries. So all the content creators just want to get in with them. Do you know what I mean? So that they can possibly get some kind of sponsorship deal. So it didn't put me off completely. Then I looked through the content of the account, and it was all retweets of SteelSeries stuff. And it went back a good few years, okay, these retweets. But there was nothing directly from the account holder. Do you know what I mean? It was all retweets, which I did think was slightly suspicious. So I thought, well, let's have a little look on LinkedIn. See if I can find them on LinkedIn, because I've done this in the past and it's come up legit and it was great. So I went to LinkedIn, and lo and behold, there was a LinkedIn account, 438 connections. She had an education history and a resume which seemed to follow, you know. When you're new to this kind of thing, you think, well, I've done due diligence now, really. And so I think I'm legitimately going to go ahead. So I did all that before this happened. But then, and I watched another video by a guy called Brian F, who was also talking in the same thread. And he done a video all on this. I'll leave a link in my description so you can go and have a little look at that as well. And he was talking about exactly the same thing that happened with me. And there's markers or pointers or red flags on these accounts that you need to notice. And I kind of went off in the back of my head, but I would have clicked on it if I hadn't done all this. So I was had, basically. Never again, I can tell you. Absolutely never again. Because these accounts, all the retweets, and it's just retweets, there's no real account sort of activity. The really high amount of followers and a really low amount following. That's another thing that all of these accounts seem to have in common, because I've seen that people have been approached from places like Corsair and things like that. It's not Corsair at all. They've just had these accounts hacked, I suppose, and taken over by these guys. So what I learned from this is you need to make a human contact with people, really. Never download anything first, and don't be afraid to say up front, look, I'm a bit stressed about, not stressed, I know, I just want to be sure, I want some contact first of all, or something to convince you, or maybe, I mean, because what I should have done really is reach out to SteelSeries and ask if there's a person with that name working on their staff, and if they're currently recruiting for sponsorships. Because if you do go to the SteelSeries website, it says we're not taking any more people at the moment. So you kind of think, well, that's something else. You know, when you look back at all these things, but you've got to research a hell of a lot of it. It's incredible how close I came to getting totally stuffed by these complete I want to swear. I want to swear pretty profusely, but I can't. And another thing, when you look at the link of the DocuSign site that they've sent you, that Zoohoo apparently is a legitimate kind of DocuSign company. And the link that was in it was very close to their link, but it wasn't exactly the same. You work on a channel for 6 years. I got over 1,400 videos up there. Oh, yes, and I haven't said why were they doing this? Why were they doing this? Well, apparently, what they're doing is targeting people with a certain amount of subscribers. I'm not a particularly big channel. I've got 73,000 subscribers, but there's much bigger channels out there who have been targeted and had by this. When you click on the DocuSign link, it downloads something that hacks, apparently, the session cookies or takes something from your temporary internet files, which they kind of then use from wherever they are to log into your Google account, which they change all the information in. They log so you can't log in, and then they log into your YouTube account, and then they delete all of your videos. First thing. That's the first thing to do. My entire 6 years of work would have been down the toilet. Secondly, what they do then is stick up a link to some sort of Bitcoin live stream, complete rubbish. And that's it. It's just so that they can scam more people getting into Bitcoin. And it just unbelievable that there's people out there who can do things like this. What a horrible, horrible way. Isn't it? It's just horrible. It just makes me so angry and, ugh, I don't know what to say. So that's what it's all about, is to scam Bitcoin. There we are. Lovely, eh? What date are we? 22nd of December. There we are. Just before Christmas this would have happened. And I'd have had Christmas completely ruined, my livelihood completely ruined, and I would have just had to wait on replies from YouTube, which, you know, they've got millions and millions of channels, and I'm not particularly big. I've not got a big following on Twitter. I don't know if I'd be able to kick up enough noise for them to get to me as soon as possible, so this would have endured for weeks and would have destroyed me. Just destroyed me. I would have probably, I don't know what I would have done. I would have stopped making YouTube and whatever. Do you know what I mean? Oh, man. So, there we go. This is a bit of an update. This is the following day. I've been doing a bit of waiting and seeing what happens. Well, the account that was trying to scam me, it got restricted. And I thought, hooray, it's got restricted, good stuff. And then 4 hours later, I checked again, and it had been unrestricted. So somehow that had gotten pulled. So the account is kind of still out there, but like I say, I'm not sharing the identities just in case it's a real employee. Do you know what I mean? I just being super cautious. I don't want to run into any problems here on YouTube either. Secondly, I went to have a little look at my message requests then, just after sort of mulling everything over, because unbelievably, right, still there was a little voice inside me going, it could be real, and if you stick this up there, this person's going to be furious. And I thought, oh, I don't know. And then you start convincing yourself. So I held off and held off and held off, thinking about it. But then I went to look at my message requests on Twitter, okay? Hello, I'm a PR manager at Duolingo, eager to launch a big advertising company. Greetings, I recently discovered your amazing YouTube channel. I'm a PR manager for Shopify. Hi, I represent Red Bull Media. Good morning, the Odoo team follows your channel with great interest and would like to point out how valuable and impressive your content is. We'd be happy to discuss if we can join forces for a mutually beneficial partnership. Good day, my name is whatever. I work in marketing department at Odoo. Again, good morning to you, sir. I represent Lingoda and we're interested in buying advertising on your channel. Hey, I'm a PR manager at Odoo. We provide an all-in-one business management solution. Hey, I'm a representative of GitHub. We'd love to do a collaboration with you on sponsorship offers. Right? And that's every message request I've had, going all the way back to, well, as far as I can bloody well see, okay, here. It's unbelievable. And some may be genuine, but I tell you what, none of those are. And after realising how many times I'd been contacted, and I must have looked at these message requests in the last few weeks and gone, bollocks, and not paid any attention to it. But that one, because it was SteelSeries, something, my normal filter didn't work, you know? And that's unbelievable that I let it slip through the gates because I wanted it to be true. And that's how they get you, because you want it to be true. And if you want it to be true, you sometimes silence the voices inside of you that give you doubt, or you think, oh my God, I'm turning everything down. It's just because I'm too afraid to do it. Do you know what I mean? So that's how that worked. So from now on, anything like that, I can't trust anything approaching me on Twitter unless it's done in a completely different way. And then the moment that they ask you to download something, that's it. Just don't bother with them. They're full of it. Why would they have an NDA on a product that's already out, for example? You know what I mean? I don't know. I know in the games industry, NDAs are very important because there's different things that you've got to be aware of with before you release games, like, you know, plot and story and mechanics or whatever. You don't want any of that leaking, really. So you've got NDAs to stop people doing that. But for this, maybe they do, but I don't know. It just all seemed like a huge bag of rubbish to me. I spat everywhere then. Anyway, folks, I just wanted to give you that little update there as well. But I'm going to be continuing streaming, and I hope you all have, and making videos throughout the week, apart from Christmas Day and Boxing Day, of course. But I hope you all have a lovely Merry Christmas, and I hope that I've helped at least one of you realise, or if one of you is thinking of doing or engaging with these people, just check it out. And I hope I've helped you not do it. I hope I've helped you out. I really, really do. Because the only way we can beat these people is to have knowledge. Knowledge is power. So that's the only way we know. Because expecting somewhere else to protect us ain't going to happen. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching. And I shall speak to you all again very soon. Sausage hurt. Nearly knocked hurt.